49ers mailbag coming your way on the 49ers Report. But first, shout out to today's sponsor, Magic Spoon, for powering today's show. You can get $5 off on the healthiest and tastiest cereal out there by plugging in that link at the bottom of your screen. It's magicspoon.com/49ers Report. Per serving and per bowl, under 200 calories, 13 to 14 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, only 4 grams of net carbs. Get hooked up with that custom link for the Niner Gang. Rogue Goose 1. The fuck is the deal with Aiyuk? We could have had CD Lamb at the Kinlaw spot and done something with the Aiyuk spot. Hindsight is 2020. You know what I'm saying? So in hindsight to say, yeah, you should have drafted CD Lamb instead of Javon Kinlaw. Brandon Aiyuk a bust pick. Let's be real here. Look at Brandon Aiyuk's numbers last year. He led this team, I believe, in targets with almost 100 of them. And he was a really good rookie last year. Has he been good to start the season? No. But I've always kind of been a fan of building your team in the trenches, and that's kind of been the Niners' approach when you look at their premium draft picks over the last couple of years. And taking Javon Kinlaw, can you say he's been a bust? No. He's in year 2, and he's played pretty well. Injury-riddled somewhat? Yeah. But to say, hey, we could have drafted CD Lamb, like, you didn't know if CD Lamb was going to be this good and much better than Aiyuk last year. So I actually don't hate the pick of Aiyuk. I still think he can be a pretty solid player. Now, I understand that we are depressed about this Seahawks loss. It was a bad one. Mitch Wishnowsky missed a field goal, missed an extra point. Trenton Cannon fumbled a kick return twice, which led to a Seahawks touchdown. It was an ugly loss. There's no doubt about it. But we can chalk up a win because we have much more subscribers than our Seahawks channel here at Chat Sports. And I want to continue to dominate the Sea Chickens. So if you want the best 49ers coverage on the entire internet, hit that subscribe button down below or go to youtube.com/49ers TV. If we can't dominate the Seahawks on the field, we can dominate them in terms of subscribers. Alfredo Hernandez, do you think if porn star Jimmy will stay injured, we can sign Cam Newton to help mentor Trey Lance? Yeah, so I actually answered this question in our other mailbag if you're watching us on our live show here. I don't think it makes sense really next year to have Jimmy Garoppolo on the roster with a cap hit of around $27 million. Now, I don't think the Niners are going to release Jimmy Garoppolo this year to open up an opportunity to sign Cam Newton. Before last year, Cam Newton had a career completion percentage of under 60%. That's really, really bad. That's well below league average, which hovers around 66, 67% depending on the year. And that number continues to grow as quarterbacks continue to improve upon their completion percentage. Do I think Cam Newton could be a decent leader? Do I think in short yardage situations you can have him run the football and he can be a little bit of a weapon? Sure. Do I think he'd be a better backup than Jimmy Garoppolo? Probably not. Mamba G, 33K, should we sign a linebacker? So Michael Kendricks visited with San Francisco on Monday. I'm not closing the door on him re-signing with San Francisco. He had reached an injury settlement with the team in training camp after he went down with a turf toe injury. Because they released him, he hit the open market. He can come back and sign with the Niners. So that is one of the potential players who could be brought in as linebacker depth. Azeez Al-Shaair has played pretty well. Fred Warner is an all-pro. There's a reason why he's one of the best linebackers in the league. So you're okay there from a starting standpoint. But you get back Dre Greenlaw, he adds another element to this defense. But you are very, very thin there. So I wouldn't be surprised if they signed a backer. Crack Attack. How would you evaluate Trey's performance on Sunday? I thought Trey Lance played okay. There were some bumps in the road, and that's to be expected when, one, the game plan wasn't designed for Trey Lance, and two, he was going up against a Seahawks defense that's led by Pete Carroll, whose bread and butter is defense. Now, when I went back and watched Trey, he was slow to go through his progressions. He was slow to process. The game was moving fast for him. But if you go back and watch at some of his pocket movement, he did some solid things there. And the athletic ability is so there. He's so dynamic, man. He can use his legs. He's strong. He's got a strong arm. This guy's legit, man. He just needs some fine-tuning. He needs some development over time. So if I were to grade his performance, B-, C+, with some work to do. I went back and watched the all-22 on that 76-yard touchdown pass to Deebo Samuel. It was a coverage breakdown in that Seattle back end, but that was also a product of Kyle Shanahan's offense, and that defense for Seattle was confused, and Trey Lance made the right read, and he made the throw. So great Trey Lance's performance this past Sunday, A, B, C, D, or F. Next question coming in from Jason. Excuse after excuse for his poor coaching. When is enough enough? For those saying fire Kyle Shanahan, I really just don't understand it. Do you forget how bad Jim Tomsula was? Do you forget how awful Chip Kelly was? Those guys lasted one single year, and they were both disasters. I mean, look at the end of Harbaugh's campaign when he went 8-8 that last year, and this was an organization that was fractured. They're in a better spot with Kyle Shanahan. He's a good coach. Can he be better? There's no question. Will he be better? I think he will. $5 super chat coming in from Light Out 8778. Sent in an emoji and said, "You're my number one." Thank you, Light Al. Because of that $5 super chat, I got to take a sip of beer. Blade TV, do you think the 49ers can come back to 2019 form? Yeah, and if you remember that year, like there were some up and downs in that 2019 campaign before they made that awesome run to the Super Bowl. We're 4 weeks in. Has the season been frustrating? Yes. Were those bad losses against Green Bay and Seattle because those games were probably both winnable? Yes. Could the 49ers be 3-1? Maybe even 4-0? Yes. Has Kyle Shanahan been disappointing? Yes. The injuries continue to occur? Yes. But there is so much time in a new 17-game schedule. Let me ask you this. What did you have for breakfast this morning? Was it Magic Spoon? If so, type MS in the comments section. Or if you didn't have Magic Spoon and you had something else, type M, because you're certainly missing out. If you like to eat cereal, you have to hop on board the Magic Spoon train. This is cereal that's built unlike any other cereal brand out there. It's much more healthy for you. It's loaded with protein, unlike all of those traditional brands. It doesn't have any sugar per serving, only 4 grams of net carbs, high in protein, low in carbs. It's sweet and delicious. For instance, I have a box of Cocoa Magic Spoon in my hands right now. And if you were to look at the other big, popular cocoa brand out there, Magic Spoon, 13 grams of protein as compared to 2. 4 grams of net carbs as compared to 30. 0 grams of sugar as compared to 12. It's grain-free. Other brands aren't. It's also gluten-free. Other brands aren't. Did I convince you? Hopefully. MagicSpoon.com/49ers report. $5 off your purchase. Mamba G 33K. Who should start opposite of Mosley? Yeah, it's been a combination of Josh Norman, Dre Kirkpatrick. I think Deommodore Lenoir should play a little bit more. I understand he got targeted. He got exposed at times this season against the Eagles and against the Packers. But what I like from Deommodore Lenoir, he was able to come back after getting targeted and after getting exposed to finish those games well. So Norman, Kirkpatrick, maybe even Deommodore Lenoir, you have a couple of options there. What Noodle 187, any word on if Elijah Mitchell will be back this week? Yes, he's probably going to be back. He's expected to practice all throughout this week. Another sign that Elijah Mitchell is probably going to be active come Sunday. The Niners released 2 running backs today, one of them being Kerryon Johnson. So that goes to show you, and it kind of indicates that the Niners are expecting Elijah Mitchell to be back this weekend. Silly Goose, should DeMeco Ryans get canned? Is he cut out for the job? Do you have any questions about Kyle Shanahan's staff? The staff has been really just okay to start this season. Is DeMeco Ryans Robert Saleh? It's way too early to tell. I think the Niners defense did take some steps forward on Sunday against Seattle. And it was a Seahawks offense that had been putting up some big digits in the first 3 games of the season. 5 consecutive 3-and-outs to start that game. You only give up 28 points, but those points came in inopportune situations where the Niners kind of gave them those points and left points offensively off the scoreboard. So I thought DeMeco Ryans made some nice adjustments from the Packers game to the Seahawks game. Hopefully that continues. I mean, a lot of people were raving about DeMeco as a DC. Way too early to say if he should get canned. Go for broke. How hopeful are you for Jeff Wilson coming back right after the bye week? So he started the season on PUP. He was targeting an October return. Of course, we're recording this during our live show every Tuesday, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific on October 5th. Ideally, he comes back after the bye, and then you have a running back trio of Trey Sermon, Elijah Mitchell, and Jeff Wilson. That's another reason why, people continue to bag Kyle Shanahan, but, he is having to play Jaquiz Patrick and Trenton Cannon and give those guys carries, and Jimmy Garoppolo goes down after the first half, and the game plan isn't even designed for Trey Lance. So, yeah, you get back Jeff Wilson, and this running back committee could look a lot better. Speaking of Sunday's game, hey, we're going to be doing a watch party. 49ers, Cardinals, as San Francisco tries to hand Arizona its first loss of the season as the last remaining undefeated team in the NFL. We're going to be going live 15 minutes before kickoff, 4:10 p.m. Eastern, 1:10 p.m. Pacific. Subscribe and join us. Live play-by-play, scoreboard, stats. I take your questions throughout. We take down some beers. We take some shots together. Join us. And also, who you got? Let me know. Type C for the Cardinals, type 4 for the 49ers. Hopefully all of you are typing your 4s in the comment section right now. It would be a massive game for San Francisco to win this over arguably the league's best team throughout the first month. Let's hope that San Francisco can pull off the upset.